There's a ghost in the attic. I know it sounds strange, but there really is. That's what Debbie told Mom every night as we tucked her into bed. She was 10 at the time. I was 14. I always told her that ghosts didn't exist, but she never stopped believing. Eventually, after a year living in the same house, she claimed there was a ghost up there. Mom and Pop got annoyed by it. She was too young to have such beliefs, but she refused to give on Charlie, the ghost. Yeah, she called it Charlie the ghost. I couldn't really believe it. But when she was almost 12, I couldn't even stand sharing a room with her. Her blabbing all night in her sleeps, talking to Charlie all morning while awake. I took her to the library, hoping to find proof that nobody died there. The news clippings had a different idea, though. Charlie, or Charles Hanson, disappeared from that house long before my sister and I were even born. He was 12. They solved his case a couple of years before we moved in. I wish I had never read how he died. About how he'd been shoveled into a wooden box and sealed behind the brick wall in the attic. He had been nailed there by the shirt and the lid of the box chained and locked and nailed closed. My sister took that as proof of the ghost experience. But I just wanted to ask Mom and Pa why we moved into a house like this and whether or not they knew what happened to that kid. You know what they told me? The price dropped because a kid died here. I was appalled, disgusted. We bought a house because of a kid that died in it. Then in the middle of the night, my sister disappeared from her bed. She was gone, missing. None of us had woken up until later into the morning. The authorities never found her. My parents refused to leave the house. They loved it there and didn't want to move her stuff around. I moved out when I was 17, refusing to stay in the house that my sister... Never mind. To this day, I wear a golden charm bracelet that my sister wore on the other half of it. I gave it to her on her 12th birthday. It was still almost... It wasn't until I was almost 20 that I returned. My parents wanted to move out now, and I was glad to help them. I couldn't stand what happened. I couldn't understand what happened to my sister there, but I was gonna get the house. I was already making plans on selling it. It was a late It was that late when my parents had left the house for different reasons. Paul went to the bar and hung out with his friends, acting like a child. His mentality was. Ma went to bingo and mostly gossiped with their friends. It was just me at home. I tried to relax and watch TV, but the house made it too uneasy for me. But it would kind of make you paranoid too. So, shut your trap. I was close to falling asleep when I heard the light ping of a hammer against nails caused my eyes to fly open. Recognizing that noise, I heard it in my dreams the night my sister disappeared. And that recollection in my nightmares ever since. I flung off the couch and down the hall to the attic. I pulled the rope and climbed up the ladder and... "Who's there?" I, I yelled over and over, but no reply. It was the first time I've ever been in there, and it will be the last. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary except for the left wall, which was bricked instead of wood like the others. The bricks seemed old except for a small area that seemed to be replaced by new bricks. I could have just left there. The bricks could have been replaced by mom and pop, but then I remembered that newspaper clipping from all those years ago. I quickly searched the box for something to smash the wall in. I settled for a hammer and bashed the wall against over and over until a pungent smell wolfed out. I gagged. I startled away. My eyes teared and my nose burned. But I soon returned to the wall and I bugged at the bricks with my hand until a simple wooden chest was visible. It was chained, locked, and the floor underneath it was blood-stained in a pool. A key sat beside it. I quickly unlocked the chain. Tears continued falling as I opened the lid, but at this time it wasn't because of the smell of rot. It was because of a small body inside. The blood-stained pajamas, the hair that had fallen out in chunks, and the golden charm clenched tight in my baby sister's hands.